Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome to another Buzzing About Town, and to today's subject. In less than 3 weeks, you are going to be immersed, if you're here, you can be immersed in either what you might consider to be one of the most incredible, fun, brilliant festivals in Thailand that's ever held, or as you may be like myself, you might think, oh my God, this is happening, I need to get out of here. Yes, we're talking about Songkran. So what I want to do in this video is I want to go through some tips and advice about what you can expect, particularly if you've never been here. What I would ask is those of you guys that have been here and have been through Songkran, please share your experiences, share your advice down below. It really is important, particularly for those guys that have never been here before, because what may seem on the outside as being just an unbelievable fun event, it can actually become very costly, and I'll explain that why in many different ways. So what I'm going to do is I'm here on Second Road, at the beginning of Pattaya and Second Road. So if you have a look on the map now, you'll see where we are. It's nice and early. The reason I picked the early morning is simply because I can ride around. There's less things going on, less distractions, and it's much easier for me. And what I'll do is I'll go down a few of the soys. I'm going to go down to soy 6 and explain about soy 6, what happens down there. I'll show you a few. I'll talk about a very unpleasant situation that my son and myself had to experience here, which is further along down here on Second Road. But I just want to go through some do's and don'ts and what to expect, because a lot of people come out here completely oblivious to it, and trust me, you end up paying what could be a very expensive price. Right, I'm going to chuck my gear on and then we're going to head off down Second Road and let's talk about Songkran. Do you love it or do you hate it? All right, let's head off. So firstly, what is Songkran? Well, Songkran is the celebration of the New Year in Thailand, and basically it's actually meant to be a very calm, very respectful ceremony where they bless you and they wash away the sins of last year and wish you good luck for the year ahead. But in true Pattaya style, we just take it and we Pattayaize it, if that's the word, and we make it into a full-on massive water festival. And the truth of the matter is that we're probably about the only ones that do it. Everyone else tends to celebrate when the monks travel down from Chiang Mai. They come all the way down, right the way down to the south of the country. And the idea is that when they pass through your city, that's when you celebrate Songkran. But here in Pattaya, it starts way earlier, normally around about the 10th or the 11th, and it finishes on about the 19th. And if you go up to Naklua, you can squeeze an extra day in on the 20th. But I've got to be honest with you, it's just far too long. And it really is, you know, it's like eating cream cakes. If you have one once in a while, it's great fun. If you have one every week, it gets a bit boring. If you have one every day, you get fat and sick like me. But the point being is, when you've done Songkran once, it kind of loses its edge a little bit after you've done it a dozen times. And a lot of people that live here, believe it or not, use that day, use the time here to actually leave the city and go and play golf or go and travel or do other things. Hello, where's he going? They really don't like it. And I'm one of those in many ways. So Songkran, if you're not sure what it is, it's a water festival. And what we do is people around the city, around here, they get high-powered water jets, water pistols, water guns. They even sell the big blue tubes where you can blast people in the eye and the face and all the rest of it. And they just literally soak you from the minute it starts in the morning when you wake up to the minute you get back to your hotel room. There is no given set time. In the early stages, it should be a bit more respectful in terms of the fact that, you know, when you're out of an evening, they shouldn't really soak you. But unfortunately, when there's a lot of alcohol included, those kind of rules go out the door, and it's literally a do or die situation. So what are the tips? Well, one of the things you've got to remember is the water that they use is clearly not clean and purified. Most of the water that they use that you're getting soaked with has been sucked out of a lake somewhere, and it really can cause you eye irritations, skin conditions, and all these kind of things. So what I want to do is I'm going to stop here and I want to just explain. Now I know we're going to start off on a negative, but nevertheless it's important. Now I'm at Tip Plaza here, and in this bar here a few years back, me and my son were celebrating, and a guy, he came along this boat here, came walking along up here, my son just very gently squirted him with some water. And in return he squirted him back in the face with what I appeared to be at the time as tomato ketchup in a ketchup bowl. Which I thought, you know, that's not very nice, mate, is it? You know what I mean? What's that all about? Anyway, my son then just started to cry, and I thought it was just a shock of being squirted with tomato ketchup. The reality was, it was actually chili sauce. And you know, the guy, where are you going, my love? What is that about? And the reality was it squirted chili sauce in my son's eyes, which, as you can imagine, I was not happy about, and nor was my son. It was really a horrible thing to do, especially to a kid. But this is the kind of things you've got to be prepared for. And I know it's not a nice thing, it's a negative start to the video, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys, you know, I'm not going to hide this. So, what happens is, when you wake up in the morning, during the 9-10 days of celebrations, you are considered fair game. In other words, if you're even dressed to the nines and you've got all your gear on and you're not interested in celebrating, trust me, you will walk down the road and you will get splashed with water and battered with it. No problems whatsoever. And you can't turn around and say, flipping hell, mate, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not even playing, I'm not even interested in you doing that. They don't care. To be honest with you, the early mornings, between sort of like when the sun comes up to about midday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you are reasonably, I say that with a bit of a smile, you are reasonably safe. However, in the afternoons and onwards, you are fair game. And in the evenings, don't kid yourself. Don't think that when you're going out of an evening, say 7 o'clock at night, and you're dressed to go and have a beer and some food, you walk down the road in your nice outfit, don't think that they're going to ignore you. You are going to get nailed. There is no doubt about it. You're going to get nailed. So again, you know, it puts a negative aspect on what is meant to be a fun festival. But going back to the water, remember this water is not clean, okay? It's mostly sucked out of the Mapachan Lake. It really is not purified water, so you are very, very vulnerable. So a few tips for you. Number one, make sure, without a shadow of a doubt, make sure you get wraparound sunglasses. Get the glasses, maybe the clear plastic rather than the dark plastic, but make sure that the glasses you get are as snugly fitting as possible to protect your eyes from the water at most given chances. Because if you do get the water in your eyes, there are so many eye infections after Songkran, it's beyond belief. It really is. There's so many people, they have eye infections because the water that gets in their eyes, as I say, is not clean, contaminated, and it will give you an eye infection. Number two, this is where it gets costly. So think about letting the bus go in front of you without stopping. No, number two, this is where it gets costly. Mobile phones. Mobile phones. You need to wrap your phones up in the seal bags, you know, the little self-sealing bags, and double bag it, all right? No, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about your phone. Double bag it. Make sure you double bag it, because the water has a habit of getting in, and of course we both know that water in your phone just doesn't mix. It really doesn't. So please guys, make sure you double bag it. They sell these waterproof pouches. You'll see the vendors walking around during Songkran and they'll sell the waterproof pouches. It's well worth getting them. It really, really is, because your phone is very vulnerable during these times. And I know it sounds daft, but when you use your phone, go out to the back of a bar somewhere, get yourself out the way. The last thing you want to be doing is talking to someone on the phone at the front of the bar and suddenly you've had a bucket full of water poured over your head because your phone's gone. And as I say, you know, you really are fair game. I'm going to turn down here. This is soy 6 come out here. On the 18th and 19th, trust me, this is a soy you want to be down. It's just full on carnage. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of girls out here. And as you can imagine, the t-shirts and the water, I'll leave that to your imagination. It really is a fantastic time. The girls are great fun. They've obviously had a few beers during the day, so sort of between 4 and 5 o'clock. And what tends to happen here is they create their own little war. So the girls on the right will fire water at the girls on the left and vice versa, and you'll get groups of guys all drunks having a good time, and they'll be starting to enjoy this, and they'll start throwing water at each other. And if you come down in the middle on a BART bus, or you come down on, they'll bring the water bowsers down here as well. Yeah, it's just full on mental. But it's a great place. 18th and 19th, come down here. Trust me, you'll have a great time. So going back to the things to cover up. So yeah, your phone, make sure you do that. Likewise with your wallet. You know, you don't want your wallet getting wet and all your money getting soaking wet. That's no good. That's not going to end well. So what I suggest you do is, again, put it in some polythene, put an elastic band around it. And also, when you go to pay, you know, try to be very careful how and where you pay, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be getting your money out and then getting soaked. So try and pay at the back of a bar, keep it safe out of the way. One thing that often gets overlooked, and it's very, very important, is your drinks. So you imagine, you sat here on the bar, let's just say any of these bars here, and you put your beer on these tables, and then there's water being thrown around left, right and centre. Well, that water eventually will end up in your bottle, in your beer bottle, and you're now drinking contaminated water inside your beer. So please, 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 just get a plastic condom, a little bag, or even go and get a condom, an actual condom, and stick it over your beers. You know, you might think it looks a bit daft, but it's not as funny as being sat in hospital having your stomach pumped out. So, you know, again, just another little tip. In terms of the blue pipes here, the blue pipes, you'll get guys riding around trying to sell you these big power soakers. If the police see you with them, they will confiscate them without a shadow of a doubt. You won't get fined, you won't get in any other trouble, but they will just take them straight over you. They are illegal. Okay, the big blue power tubes are illegal for the simple reason being is they literally can take your eye out. If you're walking down the road and you're not keeping your wits about you and you get a smack in the face with the water, it really can be very, very powerful. So they're illegal. So when guys come along saying, well, mister, you want to buy the big blue pipe? And you've had a few beers, you think, yeah, that's a great idea. Unfortunately, if the police see you, they will confiscate it. It's a no-no. So just be prepared for that. In terms of the powder, what you'll also find is that as you walk down the road, there'll be people walking around with buckets of powder that then becomes more of a cream because it's obviously full of water, and they'll put that over your face. If you've got a skin condition, just be very, very careful. That powder will agitate and irritate you. I know what I'm doing here is I'm rolling out a load of negativity, but I just want you to be prepared, guys. The other side, the flip side of the coin, is you can have a great time. You really can. But it's just a great time as long as you come prepared. In terms of parties, you are just going to be, well, you're going to be all partied out. You can literally party, especially 17, 18, and I prefer 18 and 19, but if you do 17, 18 and 19, there's parties that go on. Along here where we are now at Beach Road, there's a massive festival. The fire brigade come down and they use their trucks, and they use their trucks to blast you with the water and spray. It's a really great vibe. It's good fun. It really is great. And again, you know, it just enhances and embraces what the festival should be and how much fun. But this place will be at a standstill. 18 and 19 will be at a total standstill in traffic. If you're coming here on your car, you got no chance. You're going to be stuck and stranded. If you're coming on a motorbike, please, 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 I can't stress this enough, try not to use a motorbike because it's just treacherous. It really is. And at the end of the day, people have no regard for you whatsoever. They just don't care. And that's the problem, is that unfortunately you'll be on a motorbike and you'll be fair game. If you use public transport, well, if you sit on the back of a BART bus, you have just basically made yourself a complete target that you cannot escape from, because obviously you're sat on the bus and they're just going to nail you. Bucketfuls of water are going to be thrown at you, and it's just, I've seen it. You know what happens is you come down the road in the BART bus, people see the BART bus like, yes, and that's it. Whoever's in the back is having it. So please, you know, be very, very careful on that side, because if you are in a BART bus, you are going to absolutely get it. Up here, Soy 7, Soy 8, these two soys, very, very popular. A lot of the bars, some of the bars will provide little swimming pool, paddling pools full of water, so you can scoop the water out and fill your guns up and everything and carry on. Iced water. Unfortunately, for some bizarre reason, I don't really quite understand why, because they don't do it elsewhere, but in here, well, I say they don't do it elsewhere, I don't know, I've never done Songkran. Maybe they do it in Phuket, maybe they do it in Bangkok, I honestly don't know. But here in Pattaya, I guarantee you are going to get ice cold water thrown over you. And I'm talking ice cold. And it makes it worse because of the temperatures here. You know, it's a beautiful, hot, sunny day. All right, you're getting thrown water over you, which is not the end of the world. That's not a massive problem. But it's a beautiful, hot, sunny day, and suddenly you've got a full bucket full of ice poured over you. It ain't funny, guys. I tell you, it takes your breath away. It really does. It's quite funny watching people getting done by it, but it's not so funny when it's you. Let's go down 8. So again, you know, be prepared for the ice cold water. What we're going to do at Buzzing is we're going to celebrate the last 2 days. We'll arrange a meet-up, and I'll put details of that up nearer the time. But we'll arrange a meet-up, and we'll go off in our. What I'll do is I'll get some Buzzing t-shirts. I'll give them out to everyone that comes on the Songkran party days. And we can all walk down the road and be team Buzzing. How about that? And at least this way we'll have each other's backs. So, there we are. That's pretty much what I wanted to cover about Songkran. Like I said, I don't want it to be a negative video, but I think for people that have never experienced it before, it can be quite quite an interesting festival to go through. Some of you may love it, some of you may hate it. That's just the nature of what we've got here, unfortunately. I mean, for me, I would always recommend you do the last 2 days and you just stay well away for the remainder of the days before that. It really isn't much fun going out just getting soaking wet. So what do you think, guys? Are you someone that enjoys Songkran? Are you someone that hates Songkran? What have been your experiences, the good and the bad? I've had some great times. Don't get me wrong. Please don't take this video as I hate Songkran, because I don't as such. But what I mean is I don't like doing the full 9-10 days. But there are some great memories to be had here. Some really, really good fun. And I'm sure you guys will be sharing those with us here in the comments below. And any advice? Is there anything you think I've missed? I've spoken about the water in your beer bottles, sunglasses to keep your eyes dry, your eyes as protected as possible. Also, I'll tell you what, it's worth wearing a hat as well, because hello, where are you going, mate? The wrong way down the wrong way road. It's also worth wearing a hat as well, because the fact you're out in the sun all day and you're splashing water around, you tend to forget what's actually happening, and what the truth of the matter is, you're in the sunshine all day long. And then of course you go home, you've had a few too many beers, you've been soaked with water all the time, and suddenly you realise you've got a bit of sunstroke. So yeah, wear a hat, guys, wear your glasses, wrap your wallet up, make sure you wrap your wallet up, and protect your phone at all costs. There's nothing worse than having a Songkran festival that's just cost you 20,000 or 25,000 baht because your phone's got battered. But like I say, take this with a pinch of salt. It's just an honest, open view about what goes on here during Songkran. It's brilliant. If you want to come and party, you'll have a fantastic time. Like I say, there's music festivals, there's bands playing, the fire brigade come down here onto Beach Road. This is at a standstill. Walking streets at a standstill. Soi 6 is just crazy. Soi Buakhao, LK Metro, now that's another venue you want to go and consider. All of these little enclosed areas are fantastic. They really are. You'll have a great time. But like I say, guys, please share your thoughts down below. What's been the good experiences? What's been the bad experiences? Just please drop your comments. So what we'll do now is I'm just going to ride up. We'll keep going up Second Road, head up towards Pattaya Klang. Actually, no, we'll go to Pattaya Dai. Let's go South Pattaya Road, and we'll just head up. Like I say, it's early morning, but look at all the speedboats. Look at them all over there, look. I came in the office this morning and there must have been at least 40 coaches all lined up along Sukhumvit Road. But look how many there are. Look at all those speedboats. There is loads of them. And it's a good indication that things are picking up here. There are more tourists here. There's a lot more Chinese coming over now, as you can expect. A lot of Indian tourists. The nightlife is picking up. We're still struggling with the girls, guys. I'm not going to try and tell you anything different. Still struggling with them. But it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get through this next few months, and next year, we're in this year, aren't we? That's how bad it's getting. I'll lose my years. But hopefully at the end of this year, we'll sort of get back to a new normal, and things will be back in sort of a very, very close, a close way of what it used to be like. And if you're not sure about these buses in front of me, BART bus, you stick your hand out, put your hand out, it'll stop. When you want to get off, press the buttons that are located in the back there, and 10 baht, jobs are good, and out you get. The lads are off on their bike ride today. I don't know where they're going. Don't think he knows either. He's looking left. Well, he's right behind the BART bus. If that BART bus had stopped, it'd be done. Nice, look at that. Very, very nice. Surprisingly, it's very early this morning. There's a lot of places still open. Quite a lot of people sitting there having their morning coffees. I did ask the other day, I said, where's your go-to place for a coffee? Some great recommendations, guys. Thanks very much. Talk about recommendations over there. The Pattaya Beer Garden, famous place. If you've not been out to Pattaya before, go up there for one evening, watch the sunset, have some food. Really is very, very nice. And of course, well, I'll tell you what, let's go along. Shall I go walk? Yeah, come on, we'll do Walking Street. Let's do Walking Street. I'll just go down Walking Street and show you that. And right now of an evening, this place is really busy. Very, very busy. A lot of the clubs are almost back to capacity. A lot of the nightclubs are busy. They really are pushing out the boundaries. And that's illegal to come down the wrong way down the street, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Frogland, that's had a massive makeover. and very, very good. Really good light shows and all that kind of stuff. King Seafood, that's a great place to eat the old, if you like your seafood. There's Candy Shop, sorry I'm riding too fast. There's Candy Shop in 808, go upstairs to 808 and downstairs Candy Shop. Candy Shop's great for freelancers, really, really good for freelancers. Where else we got? Here you go, you got Lucifer's, very, very popular. That's very, very busy. I know one of the DJs in there, Jay, and I spoke to him the other day. I said, how's it going, mate? He said, it's really surprising, it's really, really busy. And Q, he's one of the owners, really nice guy. He was saying to me the last couple of weeks that he's very pleased with how things are picking up. There's some more alterations going on there. Not quite sure what they're going to make that into. And they are one of the few remaining Muay Thai rings that if you feel brave and you fancy having a go, get in there and you'll have your ass handed to you. Alright, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go up to Soy 19 and we'll do a left turn. And here's Insomnia. Again, a freelancer heaven. If you go in there, go upstairs at the back, you know, it really is good. They got some pool tables. It's good actually. They do pool competitions, killer pool competitions in there. Ah, here we go. Well, there you go. This is another one of the old Simon Beer competitions they've changed. Look at that. Wow. That does look nice. I haven't been up here for a while, so they've done that since the last time when I came up when they were knocking it all down. How nice does that look? Wow. Yeah, here you go. Look, more building work being done. Good on you, girl. Bust out them kilometres for me. Right, we're going to turn left here. We'll go at Soy 16. Let's go there instead of 19. Let's do 16. And we'll go up to the end here, and then we'll finish off. This is where I had my bike. I lost my bike up here. Yeah. It was back in the day, you know, when I would happily drink and drive and all the rest of it and all the bad things I shouldn't have done. And I lost my bike, came out of a club, couldn't find it. Never found it to this day. Never found it to this day. So no idea where my bike went. So when we get to the top here, this is going to be the second road again, and we'll wrap the video up there and call it a day. So what do you think, you guys? Songkran, are you a lover? Are you a hater? Do you enjoy it? Please, you know, drop any tips you got. Drop any tips down in the comments. Hopefully, I think I've covered them all about what to do, etc. But yeah, you know, just enjoy it for what it's meant to be. Embrace it. If you've never been here before, it's always, you know, it's always a good thing to do once. I wouldn't say, you know, a lot more times than once, but it's definitely worth doing. Right, let's just go and start. We're outside Marine Plaza. Okay, back in a second. All right, so there we go, guys. That's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. And yeah, let's see. Maybe if you're out here, come and join the buzzing party. Be on the 18th and 19th. Come and join the fun. Hello there. How you doing? Oh, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so on the 18th, 19th, we'll have a buzzing party, and I'll release details about that very soon. So come and join the fun, and let's go out there and let's get absolutely saturated together. All right, there we are. That's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Check out Discord. There's so many members. We've actually got a dedicated Songkran page where you can ask all your questions in Discord, so have a look at that. Check out our members area now, buzzingpattaya.com. Have a look at the members section. There's some interesting stuff in there. I can't talk about it here, but trust me, it's worth having a look at. And if you'd like to support the channel, there's a link in the description below, and your support is much appreciated. All right, guys, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.